Now, I'm not to say, my child is not perfect by any means. There are times, I'm sure that maybe they did glance at what he was doing. Maybe he acted like he was working. I don't know. But I know also my child is shy. It took a long time for us to get through to him, but if he didn't understand something in class, he had to raise his hand to ask. That was a struggle for him because that was an embarrassment for him. He didn't want to be seen all the time that he needed help. So one of his accommodations in his IEP, that's why the accommodations of frequently checking on him, making sure he understands, walking by, is he working, or is he look lost? We put those things in his IEP due to the fact that he was embarrassed to raise his hand. He was shy to ask for help. The other thing that really got me as a parent and an educator was when he would come home and need something, or the teacher said, hey, it was a paper, he should have it. I would go through his backpack. Normal junior high kid, nothing's organized. There were times that I would organize everything. Hey, here's your math folder, here's your science folder, social studies, whatever. Boys, junior high, things are just going to get shoved in the backpack. There's no order. No order. When I would start digging for papers or cleaning out his backpack, 99% of the time, everything I pulled out, whether it be notes, an assignment that was supposed to be completed, or a project, those papers would have his name and maybe some drawings at the bottom. Nothing else would be filled in. The notes would still be blank. The problems or questions that were supposed to be answered from a given activity, blank. And that right there went to show me IEP is not being followed. If IEP was being followed, this kid would have more than a name and more than drawings on his paper. So that led us to making the final decision on what we needed to do. Because not only are we having to address that every time at home, because again, my child's not perfect, but yes, we would address, hey dude, you've got to raise your hand. Why is this blank? We still held him accountable for some of those things, but I'm not going to punish my child with nothing on his paper due to the fact the classroom teacher is not doing their job. Granted, I get it. Junior highs here have huge classrooms. I get it. 20 to 30 kids. There's not enough help in any given classroom to assist these kids with IEPs. I could not let my child finish the rest of his schooling career like this, lost all the time. And as an educator, I love to be in the classroom, I love to teach. But I also knew that the mental health in this household and the mental health of our children were way more important. So that's when we decided to homeschool. I decided, we were like, we've got to do something else. Him coming home a lot and having to constantly go to tutoring and saying, I just can't do this, I'm dumb, I'm just so stupid, I always have to go to tutoring. No child should feel like that. No child should feel like they can't do anything or feel dumb because they're always having to go to tutoring to get things done. So, back last February, we made the decision that I would resign in May and we would homeschool. So, being an educator, I know I've got his IEP, I've got all his accommodations, and as I'm planning his curriculum and doing all the things, I'm able to do that one-on-one with him. I'm able to make sure that I'm accommodating him with his needs for his success. So there we are. That's what we're doing. And as I am homeschooling them, today was actually day one, and I will have to say it was successful. It was really, really successful. Having that one-on-one and really focusing where there were not 25 other kids in the classroom was a lot more beneficial to him. I am working on not only homeschooling them, but I'm online with a tutoring company that they're starting to put out their engagements for the year. I'm in one right now. I'm hoping to get more so that I can continue doing what I love. On top of, I'm still looking for a full-time virtual teaching position that I can also still do alongside with homeschooling my kids. My husband is self-employed, so more times than not, he's here. He can help assist. I have a mother-in-law who is a retired teacher. She has said that she will come in anytime to help and help through the success of our children. So I'm interested to hear how many of you have gone through this. How many of you are educators that have come out of the classroom to homeschool your own children? Mental health and taking care of your family, that's my number one top priority. It's not, I need to be a teacher. We all know that that's, as far as income, it's not large. But I was willing to drop that and find other things, virtual tutorings and jobs to do online where I could help the success of my children and help their mental health and help all of us as a family. So share your story. I want to know. I want to know how many educators are out there homeschooling their children. If you're homeschooling and you're not an educator, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to teach your kids. Get the curriculum. Follow the scripts. It's great. I'd love to hear from you.